Tom Haberstroh had a stat that sort of played into what we were talking about before with the ball movement of the Pacers versus the Thunder.
What do you say?
He said the Pacers passed the ball 107 more times than Oklahoma City last night, which means for the series, the Pacers have 705 more passes than Oklahoma City in just 6 games, which means their ball movement is just on another level. But while I was watching the game, I had a Bill Simmons take.
Is 25 more passes a quarter really that much?
Yeah.
What?
All right.
Yeah.
700 over 6 games is a massive.
See, that's what I mean. When it's 700, I'm like, whoa, that's a lot more passing. But then you break it down by quarter, and it's just like,
How many possessions do you get in a quarter?
if you have how many passes per possession are we talking?
a ton.
4 passes, 5 passes. So that's really 5 extra possessions they're getting. It's a lot. I'm just saying, is it that crazy?
I want everyone to touch the ball.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm just trying to undercut.
What about the
Jeremy.
advantage in the second period? Skating
Which
to the
way
bench.
do they go? Which way were the Pacers going when those passes happened?
The other way.
The long. Yep, see, Zaz.
The long way. I think you're right.
We'll explain to Zaz later.
Yeah. Have you guys seen that tweet of the new Will Smith song where
He's still making songs.
he's still making music and he's like, "Don't worry, everybody. I like
Speaking
girls.
of music,
I love
that
girls."
was what the Bill Simmons take was that Tony, I know, was really interested in. I was
I was
thinking
locked
about
on
the,
it.
Yeah, I
And
was
we talked
thinking
about
about
Will
the
Smith. Who gives
Pacers
a
offense.
shit about that guy? Give him a
I was
break.
thinking about the Pacers offense, and I was thinking about watching the Pacers play. And in the style of Bill Simmons, I thought watching the Indiana Pacers is like watching a great jazz band. And that they're constantly
they
on
suck.
the edge
Yeah,
of whether or
boring.
not it's constantly on the edge of whether or not everything is going to fall apart, whether they're going to stay on key, whether the solos are going to work, whether each piece is going to play off each other the right way. But ultimately, with all of these passes, with all of these steals, somebody's always showing up in a passing lane. Somebody's always making the extra pass. Somebody's always cutting to the hoop. It reminds me of a great jazz band.
They're a lot like a jazz band in that I don't watch them either.
I thought he was going to say a jazz team, but of course it was a jazz band.
But there was this Twitter account that sped up. Like they said the Will Smith song is so close to being great.
I'm really glad I interrupted you.
You just either slow it down several BPMs or you speed it up several BPMs.
But what they landed on is terrible.
But what they landed on is bad. But crystal clear, Will, you like girls. Thank you. That was mission accomplished. You convinced us. Time to open up the Cuervo Club. Missing shots of Cuervo here. Although I'm good. It's a long night.
They're outside. We can get them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, a little hair of the dog.
Yeah, somebody will bring him out there. Where's Dworky?
That's right, Dworky. Bring him in, Dworky.
Bring in the shots,
Ask Dwork
Dworky.
if he thinks that Ekblad's
Who won the
re-signing that.
T-shirt?
Why is he still
contest?
sitting there? Dworky, get up. Let's
He
go.
had a vote for Conn Smythe.
He did?
Yes.
Nice.
vote
I
for?
saw
He
him
put
on
Dry-
the list.
he put
Hockey
Dry
I think he
Saddle.
voted Marchand.
Did he?
Did he?
I
No,
think
no,
so.
no.
Keep him out.
I'm pretty sure he went Bennett, Marchand, Draisaitl.
I think you're wrong.
Ask
Okay,
him.
I might be wrong. I'll fight him because I texted him before. You
Wow,
better vote for
aggressive
Bennett.
response.
Really?
Wow, Dworky not bringing us the shots.
I know he's
don't
a
like
tough
that.
guy. I know he's a hockey player, and he was a great acquisition. But I was in
He
the
voted for Marchand.
But
Confirmed. Yeah.
stupid,
Confirming.
Dumb.
stupid. I know he's a hockey player.
Did Rose get a vote also or no?
I hope
Yes.
so.
He voted for Barkey.
Way tougher than I could ever imagine. Super strong, pound for pound. If I ever got in a fight with Brad Marchand, I would kill him.
Wow.
He is He is so small. He is so
Wow.
tiny.
I would take
Is he
that.
smaller? Am I
He
taller
is-
than him?
Dude, he is. I'm 2.5 times his size.
He would wipe the floor with you.
I know
you
you're.
know that.
I know you're doing this thing because he's a hockey player,
Well,
and you'll
yeah.
probably
Like-
get a couple of shots in. But
You think you would beat up Brad
I'm
Marchand?
so much stronger than him.
No,
Like,
you're not.
Yeah, buddy, he's very small. He's like Jeremy size, and I would.
You think you could beat up Jeremy?
I think I could kill
I
Jeremy.
think we
inside of
start there. We
45
see
seconds.
how badly Mike's whoops
I think you're
Jeremy,
right.
and then we judge.
Jeremy
No,
is,
I'd really prefer
Jeremy
not.
is bigger than Brad Marchand, and I would have thought like, oh,
No,
Brad
I'm not.
Marchand is probably stocky. No, he looked a little slender.
Really?
First sound in the club.
It's the Cuervo Club, brought to you by Cuervo. Now's a good time to enjoy the tequila that invented tequila.
Fight for the death.
Can we just play that one constantly for the next 10 minutes?
I didn't have a moment with any of the players. There was one time that Barkov went by our table and just grabbed 2 of the beers.
Oh,
Just
he was
went on
on
his
one.
way.
His Instagram live with Sam Reinhart. Please go watch that.
Yeah, no, the drinks were flowing. But honestly, if it ever came down to blows, There are weight classes for a reason. Tony, you know this better than anybody else. He's just a slender man.
So that math ain't mathing
No,
with my
he's
math.
short. He is incredibly strong.
He's not just short. If you were there,
I've seen his legs.
his lower body is great. I'm sure he's got great balance. If like we were doing joust in American Gladiators,
This
he'd
is
probably
crazy.
have me.
Didn't he fight Nico Mikola 2 seasons ago?
Yeah.
This
He
is
lo-
a terrible.
He lost.
This take is.
And they were also on ice.
This is
I'm
worse.
telling you, Jeremy Taché is bigger than
This
Brad
is
Marchand.
worse than your. He's not a good hockey player take.
If you weren't there, pal, he's a small guy.
I was at elbow room.
How is
right
this
next
guy
to him.
hating from outside the club?
Nico
It's
Mikola
crazy.
is 6'5". Big guy.
Yeah.
Nico Mikola.
Yeah.
I'm a black belt in Kempo. Next sound in the club.
He's a senile old man.
Oh, what a week for my dad.
People don't know that about me. My core discipline is Kempo. And it's all about blocking and a little hip toss. I'm just telling you. Tony, you know.
The hip toss is big.
The hip toss is
grab
big.
him, throw him right
You
over.
remember that lumberjack Canadian in the original UFC?
Oh.
Everybody
He was wearing shoes.
Everybody underestimated my guy with a Kempo discipline. Next sound in the Cuervo Club.
Leon, no title.
He's on
Leon,
one. Huh?
no title.
He's probably on one. I saw you join the What Chaos. So
He was good on there. I'm telling you, I was worried about him joining a pod like that because my dad can get exposed if you're going to get into nuts and bolts of hockey. But I called him after. He was good.
Yeah.
He held his own.
Guy knows puck.
yeah, I see in preview David Dwork is there. David Dwork, just by a show of a thumbs up or thumbs down, do you think that Aaron Ekblad re-signs with the Florida Panthers after his comments last night at 11? Middle. Not a cop out.
Gave you the Julius Caesar middle.
We finally go to you, and you give us a
Okay,
no
that's what you
response.
get. Roy, thumb up, thumb down.
Ah,
there
there's
we
the
go.
take.
That's why he's in the driver's
Thumbs
seat.
down.
Thumbs up or thumbs down. I could kill Brad Marchand inside of 45
Put
seconds.
that on the poll, please.
I know how this one's going to go. All right. You're bigger than Brad Marchand. He's so tiny. Next sound of the Cuervo Club.
You sus.
Mike, I have a way for you to find out. Turns out Brad Marchand is going to be at the Dairy Queen in Sunrise
I will
today
meet-
at
I will meet
11
him there.
a.m.
My son is
If you
there
wanna
right
go
now.
confront him on Hiatus Road,
I'll go confront him even though I was in the same room with him.
Go
like,
do it.
That's
3
my
hours.
Dairy Queen.
My son's there.
Yeah?
You sus.
You have Mike driving to Sunrise?
I'm not doing that anymore.
You sus.
I'm enjoying my break from Sunrise. Last sound in the Cuervo Club.
You sus.
That's the last sound in the club.
You hear that, Edmonton?
You sus.
You sus. I don't know if they're going to be back.
You hear that, Skinner?
You sus.
We going to the parade? We going to the parade?
Let's go to the
See you at the parade
Marlins
on
Phillies.
Sunday. Folks out there in the audience, temperature's starting to turn up a little bit. That means a lot of you and your families and your friends are going outside, having a perfect grill day, maybe out by the pool. Now, imagine yourself, grill side. Your veggies, your meats, they're all prepped, ready to go. Kids running around in the background. Lawn, perfectly manicured to perfection. It all sounds pretty great. This sounds like a good time. Now you make that good time a Miller time because it is all made better with a white can in your hand of that beautiful Miller Lite. Celebrating its 50th anniversary, Miller Lite. Almost 20 years have they been partnered with our show, making your good times Miller times every time out. There's just something about a perfect grilling day. Sun's out, friends show up, that first sip of Miller Lite, it just hits different. I've been stocking the cooler with Miller Lite for years on these grilling days, and for good reason. It's brewed for taste, and it's only 96 calories and 3.2 grams of carbs. This year, Miller Lite turns 50. That's 5 decades of cookouts, laughs, and ice-cold moments that never miss. It's the original light beer, and it's still my go-to. Great beer, great times. Grill on. Miller Lite. Great taste. 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Cheers to 50 years of Miller Lite. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.